Hello, guys, and welcome to my post. I will be discussing what happens when two friends have a disagreement or a fallout, and it's technically neither one of their faults. So, these group of friends that I've hung with since I first started my college journey back in 2012, two of my friends are named Solange and Penelope. We all have been in a tight knit circle since the beginning of college. We all studied together English. However, recently Solange has been feeling distant from Penelope, and Penelope doesn't understand why. Solange often shares her problems with Penelope, expecting empathy and advice. However, Solange's responses have been very short and disinterested. Solange feels hurt and unappreciated thinking about Penelope no longer being her friend or valuing their friendship. So, this was brought to me a couple weeks ago, and I kind of had to be the mediator between these two because I'm usually like the voice of reasoning when it comes to like our friendship circle and trying to keep everyone happy and level headed, I should say. What Solange doesn't understand is that Penelope is going through a tough time at work and is emotionally drained by the time she gets off work and home. And mind you, she has her own family to deal with. She has two kids, a husband. So her days are filled with corporate life from 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock at night. And then she goes home to deal with her husband and her two kids, and on top of that, trying to have somewhat of a social life with us. And I definitely understand how that could become overwhelming. Penelope's background and personality makes her less expressive when she's stressed, and she struggles to communicate on her own. Additionally, Penelope comes from a culture where discussing personal problems is less common, which influences her communication style. So, both Solange and I are both black, and Penelope is Latin. Her parents came here from El Salvador, so she was just raised a little differently than us. So, in our last girls' night we had last Tuesday, Solange's frustration kind of reached its peak with Penelope's behavior as a lack of interest and not understanding the context behind it. The situation got really big and ugly. So, to diffuse the situation, I pulled Penelope to the side and tried to get her to calm down and talk to her about becoming a better communicator with both me and Solange. And once she calmed down, I brought her back to the table where we were sitting at, and I let Solange talk and share her point of view, and I let Penelope share her point of view, and I also shared mine. So, about 30 minutes into that conversation, we all realized that we were all just stuck in our ways or just stuck in our own lives and not realizing that each of our lives are very different now that we're in our adulthood and in our 30s and have our own families to think about. So, neither one of us really were mad at each other. We just misunderstood or didn't take the time to think about the other person's feelings. So, I'll say what I've learned from this problem that we had in our friendship group is that we should be sharing more with each other and listening more to each other, and having these healthy disagreements can help us grow in our friendship instead of us trying to keep it all in or bottle it in or not communicating like, hey, I'm having a rough day, I will talk to you later, I can't listen to your problems right now because I'm at the mental capacity where I cannot. Some other key points I would like to point out is context, one, understanding the background, personality, and cultural influences that shape our communication. Two, emotion. We could recognize and express emotions effectively without blowing up at each other and getting into really huge arguments. Three, listening. We should be practicing active listening to show empathy and understanding to our friends. We can also, as friends, when we're all having a tough time at work, we can ask our friends, what can we do to help? Like, can we use some of our resources, especially since my friends, they're not in education, but I am, but they're more so in corporate world. So if I'm ever having a situation in the education field where I'm dealing with an admin, I can always lean on them and ask them, well, how does that make me feel? Because I'm not an admin, how does that make me feel that I'm, only in the classroom? How can I understand corporate world more, like from their point of view? Because sometimes as a teacher, you just get stuck in, well, I'm in the classroom and this is what I have to deal with every day. Admin doesn't understand what we deal with every day. But by having these type of friends, I get to hear their points of views of how they see their employees or people that are underneath of them in their business world. In summary, understanding the role of context, emotion, and listening can improve our relationships by considering each other's backgrounds, expressing emotions openly, and practicing active listening. We can create deeper connections and resolve misunderstandings. I encourage everyone to apply these tips in your own relationships and see the positive impact this can have. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you subscribe for more relationship advice. Bye, guys.